working, Yahoo will be broken, and that's why we give it out to the world and let them play with it. And the fun thing about YUI is like you get it from our server farms, the CSS components, for example. So if your users come from Germany, they get it from a German server. If your users come from South America, they get it from a South American server. And people like that, but then they ask us the same question, like, what's going on there? And now Google actually hosts our CSS out for us as well, because they have another network worldwide where they say, like, this is cool. Google uses YUI, actually, in some of their products. And I think it makes a lot of sense. As a geek, for me as a developer, this is code. It should be free. It should be out there. And then it becomes better. And that's what we do. So these things are not meant to make us money. These things are not, it's not like a Microsoft model where we sell training on these kind of things. It's all like, come to us, talk to us, help us make the documentation better, really. Cool. Any more questions? Yeah? Oh.
Other questions there?
Yeah, questions on that.
So, just follow up.
Okay, yeah. We have a few people here actually from Yahoo or actually are in Jordan. So if you guys want to come up and quickly introduce yourself, in case somebody has questions once I'm gone, which is going to be on Wednesday. And introduce yourself, what you do for Yahoo, and what kind of topics you can actually answer. That'd be lovely.
So my name is Amr Shaheen. I'm based in Amman, so I will be your point of contact so that you won't have to go through the time difference and vacation difference and all that thing. Feel free to contact me through email or whatever you would like. Maybe mobile phone if I think it's necessary.
That's scary. What are your skill sets? What are you passionate about most?
So I did a bit of work on YUI, and I'm interested in Hadoop. Those are my two main projects. But feel free to contact me. Maybe I'll point you to the right person to ask if I don't answer you myself.
Okay, Sean.
Hello, my name is Ala. I'm also based in Amman's office. I mainly do work on YUI, YQL because I love it, and I'm also studying more about the geo technologies. So in a few time I will be there too. Also, if you have any question about something else, I'll be very interested to help you because I will learn from it too. And thanks.
Okay, you guys, how? Oh yeah, I mean, all of these things are free and on GitHub. So if you find ways, if you find bugs, please report bugs to us. There's a tracking for YUI 3. There's a mailing list for YUI 2. There's an error tracking as well for YQL. There's several mailing lists you can subscribe to. In the follow-up email that we're actually providing for you, we will send an email out in a few days to everybody who wrote their email down when we signed up, and actually give you all the links to where to support these kind of things. So it's all open, it's all there, and I promise we do a lot of support for you here and on our blogs, and people will answer your questions. This is open, and it can only survive when people put things in there.
And you don't have to be a bug. If you think a feature is missing, just write it yourself and submit a batch.
Yeah.
And we'll add it.
We love it when you build things that we don't have to. If it's good. Cool. Again, thank you very much. And business cards for you.
Yeah.
There's a few business cards out there. We're also going to send their contact details with the email out there. But yeah, by all means, mingle with them and get all their business cards. No, we're going to go through the YDN email. Yeah. Cool.
Samir's going to do a draw.
Okay, Samir is going to do a draw. Yeah. So we've got prizes. We've got. Okay, we got prizes, so you have to stay. So you win things. So that was the name. So
okay, right, as you look at me, I don't have prizes. Okay, so you're not.
well, there's an iPhone, there's a BlackBerry, there's
a jacket, so that's what Christian done when he's out of like the last 10 minutes. Yeah, there's giveaways all over the States. Okay. I don't have any giveaways, but I guess I'll be sponsored off. The Wi-Fi here, Omnia, has 2 great prizes. But we will need 5 minutes because some of you didn't already register on Eventbrite. So we're doing it manually. Okay, so just give us a few minutes and we'll be here. Don't go away. There are 2 prizes and then we'll go to lunch. And if you have any questions right now, you can continue. You can continue with Kristen without the iPhone.
okay.
That you want to take from me. Just give us a few minutes, okay?
Okay. So if you need to contact me afterwards with anything, the name is CodePoet on anything that you can think of. So it's on GitHub, it's on Twitter, it's not on Messenger. Messenger is a different story. The blog is at waytolight.com. So that's where I put new things almost every day, and this is where I put all my stuff out there. All the collection, you can also go from the blog to all the other things where you have like the talks and conferences where I'm going to be at, my presentations on GitHub, on SlideShare. So anything on SlideShare is also Creative Commons. So if you need to talk to your companies about any of these technologies, you can use these slide decks and actually reuse them. If you want to translate them to Arabic, that'd be awesome as well. I've written a few free things on there if you want to learn about how to be a developer, to talk to your company, to get to send you to conferences and things like that. There's a developer evangelism handbook, which explains to you how to write code examples, how to write slides, how to become a better speaker, how to get invited to speak at conferences, how to talk to your own company about who you are. Because as a developer, you should not only be the guy in the corner writing code, you should also be the person that gets asked, should we do this or not? Because most of the time in your job, you basically undo things you've done badly before, and this is not what we should be doing. And this one is available for free. It's also on GitHub if you want to translate it to something else. And yeah, go for that one. I wrote it for our people in Brazil because they asked me to go there for a training. I didn't have time, so I spent 4 afternoons writing that book, sent it to them, and then they gave the training to each other instead. So that makes a lot of sense for people as well. And it's quite interesting when I talked about MyQL earlier, what you can do with HTML scraping. When people like SlideShare, but what they don't like about SlideShare is that it's flashed. So on some mobile phones it doesn't work and it's really annoying for them. So I actually used the SlideShare thing and actually turned it into an HTML version as well now. So you can have a SlideShare embed. And that one takes the SlideShare page itself, simulates to be a mobile phone, and actually puts the things in there. So I can go to that page here, icon codicate SlideShare HTML, put the SlideShare URL in, and then it actually turns it to me into an HTML embed that will work on everything that can actually be just a browser. So any mobile phone that has an HTML browser, all of these things get converted for you. And that's just another example where YQL actually makes your job so much easier because I didn't have to do any of that scraping myself. I just put a bit of JavaScript in and made it in there. I think it's using YUI as well, can't remember quite now. But it's one of those little use cases that make a lot of sense for you. And I mean, what I found by using YUI as well It's that I became a better developer using it. Not because because I looked at the source code and I looked at how actually YUI makes you write code. You have to think about some things up front, and you have to start analyzing and start architecting your solutions rather than just writing out JavaScript. Hey, look, it does something. And then what happens when it doesn't do anything? And you're like, okay, that's a big problem. Because one thing I haven't shown, which is very powerful during development, is actually that YUI has a logger component. So everything that happens in the YUI system itself gets talked to you back. So you're going to have that YUI logger thing here going on. And if you logger integration with YUI components, so during development you have that logging system on, and you just will see that it logs on the stage once it's loaded. It actually gives you all the error messaging that you want to have instead of just having to use the console in Firefox. It actually does it in Internet Explorer and all kinds of things as well, where you don't have a proper thing going on. So let's try that one again. Configuring log reader. Wow. Yeah, seems to be a connectivity problem there again. But for local testing, it's always the best thing to do, because every widget tells you when something happens to it. They're all written as custom events. So it says like key pressed is one normal event, but it also says like color change. It also says like resized. So you have full control over when what happens to the widget in case you want to extend it. Rather than having to rewrite something, you just take you just wait for something to happen and execute your own code when it's done. Cool. Good enough? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. I hope you enjoyed this nice day, and lots of new things. So now, just to wrap a little bit, we're not going to wrap now, but I'm just will give you something to take with you, okay, for two people, something from Ummi. So I'm going to ask you questions about Ummi to see how much you know Ummi. How many of you do you know Ummi? You can tell me how many subscribers, GSM subscribers Ummi has. How many? How many? Okay. How many subscribers تعرفوا؟ 1,000,000 2 مليون 5 مليون 2 million 2.5 okay 1.9 1.8 1.7 3 million okay 2.3 okay. How many do we have? 2? Almost 2. So 1.98 is a good thing. But you didn't win yet. That wasn't the question. That's just a kickstart. طيب okay. أسأل كمان سؤال عن أمي. شو الشعار تبع أمي؟ انت سابقا كم طيب مسموع بطيب انا طيب انت اوكي انت عظيم طيب هلا حنسال سؤال يلي بيعرفه يرفع ايده اوكي واذا عرف صح يربح كيف معنا شو حيربح؟ يمكن يربح قلم ويمكن يربح ايفون 4 ولا شيء اوكي